You are now listening to
The Just Jeff
All right,
Podcast.
so today on the Just Jeff podcast, we have my guy, Greg, aka Ballhead Greg.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah, welcome, Gregory.
thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem, man. Stop being so nervous, man. Loosen up.
I'm not nervous.
All right, cool, man. So look, today we're gonna talk about a topic that most women want to hear,
Mhm.
and hopefully we can give them some insight about this topic. And I do want you to be careful about what you say. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta go home.
I'm gonna try to be careful. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta go home. Another woman may see this. So be careful. All right. Don't
For
upset the
sure.
whole world. So the topic of today, I'm gonna call it "To Be or Not to Be," and the topic is basically we're gonna be talking about marriage and people getting married or hopefully getting married. And today I have a guest who doesn't believe in marriage.
Not at all.
So, have you always not believed in marriage, or did you just wake up one day and just say, you know what? I don't think I'm ever gonna get married. Like, I don't think this for me. So, listen. Let's start off with where did you get it from? Like, how did you just up and one day decide you don't never want to be married?
I mean, seeing everybody that's been married or has gotten married or
Mm-hmm.
get divorced. I'm saying divorce rates are so high. I mean, nowadays I feel like marriage is not what it used to be. But it doesn't mean as much as it did 10, 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, females just want to get married just to get married, just to go through the process. You know what I'm saying? Having a ceremony, getting the ring, the dress, you know what I'm saying? Take the picture, show the world. And after that, you still got to deal with the person that you dealt with before. Like the females think that it's going to change things in a relationship. I don't know why they think that, but it's going to be the same. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is that I didn't just wake up one day and was like, you know what, I'm not getting married. Or I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Just I don't know when it hit me that I decided I never wanted to get married. But
Mm.
these days, this time is women are trying to be like men. You know what I'm saying? They can be like us and take care of their own, take care of their kids if the man's not in the life of the children. So I feel like there's no point for men to get married. It benefits the woman a lot, but hardly benefits the man. I feel like
You feel like where were you going with that?
I'm saying marriage benefits
The woman.
women, yeah, more
Okay.
than the man. Hardly
All
it
right.
hardly benefits the man. I
Okay.
feel like
All right. So you basically feel like women want to be married more because it's kind of trendy, or it's kind of normal now, versus they just really want to be with that person forever.
I wouldn't say it's trendy because people are always getting married. Like people still getting married today, like they did before.
Mm.
But I think the reason why we want to get married is because it's what they see on TV. It's like in the fairy tales and all that. You know, what I'm saying like the female, like society just paints this picture of marriage as a great thing, and it tells them that women should get married. Like that's something that they should look forward to, that they should
Mm.
have. And I don't know. I just don't believe in it. It's a piece of paper. You got to get the law in your business to stay. You know what I'm saying? It's, your financial problems connect. You know what I'm saying? The
Mm.
man and the woman's financial issues are together now, and they could either hurt or help. Uh, I just don't believe in it. I feel like 10, 20 years from now, it's not going to be a thing. Like it's going to be one of those things you look back on and be like, yeah, people used to get married. But I don't know. I just feel like marriage is not for me. It's not for bald head.
Alright. One thing that I will agree with you with is I do feel like some of the simple things about the marriage are overlooked. And the first thing, like when a woman gets engaged, right? And keep in mind, I'm gonna call them women instead of females, you know. But
Gotcha.
you know, when a woman gets engaged, right? The first thing every one of her friends, family member is gonna say, "Let me see the ring." Right?
Yeah,
Right? True. All right.
it's true.
Now, depending on how that ring looks, how big it may be, how small it may be. If it's small, some women gonna say, "Nah, I don't think you should get married." You know what I mean? He not the one for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I do hate that some women put so much value in the ring,
Hmm.
and it shouldn't be about the ring at all.
It
It's
shouldn't.
and that's one thing that I strongly dislike, that I wish people would do. It's the ring is everything. The venue is everything. How much you spend, the catering, all that I think is way overvalued,
Hmm.
versus you found somebody who's willing to be with you every day for the rest of your life, or hopefully for the rest of your life. So that's a couple things. Well, I guess it's one thing that I would agree with you on, about how everything else gets overvalued, you know,
Yeah.
instead of just the partnership, right?
Hmm.
And in my mind, it's like, why do you even need a ring? You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's like the ring doesn't matter. And if you talk to some married women, they're gonna say that ring is a magnet for other women.
Yeah. They pretty much is.
So
Pretty much
so
is.
so let me ask you this. If if you had to picture being married, what would the number one thing you would say you would get out of, because I know you said that you don't really like the wedding is more for the woman, right?
Hmm.
So as a man, what would you feel like you would benefit from being married? If you can
Uh,
name one thing.
Honestly, I can't even name one thing that I'm not gonna say a man. I can't name one thing that I would benefit from a marriage, other than making her happy by getting her the ring, the dress, and having the ceremony.
Mm,
That's the only thing I would benefit from a marriage. I feel like is giving her those memories. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Giving her all of that. That's the thing I can benefit from, it is making her happy. Other
mm.
than that, that's it. I don't
Okay.
know of anything else.
All right. So now let me ask you this then. What about if you had a wedding and your kids are a part of that wedding, and you all get to dress up, take pictures? It's something that your kid, if nobody else, will remember forever.
I, I don't know, that don't really play a part in my decision making of getting married. Like I don't,
Mm,
the wedding wouldn't be for the kids. The wedding's not for me. It's for her. Me, the kids, and me would be
yeah.
just part of the wedding. Like I would be part of the wedding. Now
Mm,
you're not worried about my tux. You know what I'm saying? People are not worried about what I'm wearing and all this other stuff. The only thing that matters in a wedding is her dress, the ring, the vows, and the ceremony. Other than that,
okay.
me and the kids would be just a part of it.
Right.
She is the wedding.
All right. So now, most parents, seeing the fact you have some kids, so most parents want to create memories for their kids, that's going to last them forever, right? So if one of your kids said, hey, I want you to marry mom, or, mama, and, we could be one big happy family for one day, would you be like, you know what? Maybe I should think about this a little more.
See, I have, and the oldest, he has said that he would ask, "Daddy, when are you gonna marry mama?" Or he'll go to mama and ask, Mama, when are you and dad gonna get married? And
Mm,
he's 6. So I think the only reason he is asking this is because he sees it movies, TV shows, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, I feel like he wouldn't ask that question. So it makes me think sometimes, but then again, I don't, because my dad married my stepmom, and my sister and I, we were a part of that wedding. Now,
mm,
I have the memory of being a part of it, but it's not a, I don't really look back on it and be like, that was a nice thing. Like, I enjoyed
mm.
that. I mean, I was a kid, but it's just not something I look back on and be like, that was cool. I don't know.
But now, do you think it's a little bit of a difference though? Because like, of course, you might not be overly excited because your dad is marrying your stepmom. But now,
Hmm.
if that was your actual mom, it could be different. You know what I mean?
It could be, I guess, but for me, I don't think it would. It'll just be another wedding.
Right.
I don't think I would like if me. No, let me get this right. So my dad and whoever he marries, whether it's my
Mm,
mom or not, I feel like I wouldn't get any happiness or joy out of it, other than seeing them do it. If that's really what they want to do, if it made them truly happy, I'd be like, okay, this is cool. They happy. They doing this. You know what I'm saying? But other than that,
mm,
I don't get anything from it. I'm not happy because they're getting married. It's just something they feel like they should do. That's what they want to do.
mm. Okay. So
Yeah.
now you came to this conclusion in your adult life, right? Like after 18, right?
Yes.
Okay. So and I think we talked about this a little bit before, but you look at somebody like this is the example I like to give. You look at somebody like Nipsey Hussle in his situation, right?
Hmm.
Everybody's fighting over the money, or at least it seems that way. You know, of course, I don't know, but it seems
Yeah.
that way. Everybody's fighting over the money. They're trying to secure money for because you got women by different. I mean, excuse me, you got kids by different women. So
Hmm.
everybody's trying to secure their kids' future, right?
Yeah.
But now, if you were married, you have it's no question who's getting just about everything. It goes to
Hmm.
your wife. Your wife makes all the decisions as far as where your funeral, what you're gonna wear, everything. Everything's gonna go to her versus you know it's some people that they leave this earth, they have to go talk to that man's mama or that man's daddy to make all these decisions. When it's
Yeah.
like, if you were married, you wouldn't have to worry about that. Whatever your wife say is gonna go. So
Hmm.
you don't think that would be beneficial? Like let's just say if you leaving something for your kids, and keep in mind, it's a lot of people out here they leave stuff and their own kids don't even receive it because you have their family steps in, their grandparents step in, whoever your next of kin is, or things like that. So I mean, you got to think about that too.
Yeah. And I had thought about it. So the woman that I'm with now, my kid's mom, she has brought it up because we've talked about marriage. She would
Mm,
ask me, "Are we going to ever get married? Do you see marriage in the future?" And I would tell her. That may be a little harsh or wrong. I don't know. But I just tell her what
I'm
I
sure.
believe.
I'm
I,
sure
I,
it
be-
is.
I believe. I don't believe in marriage. Like I don't want to ever get married to
Mm,
anyone. And that she brought up what you just said. So what about if you pass away?
mm,
Who's gonna make those decisions for you? Like about where all your money, assets, how you gonna look at your funeral and all of that. I was like, I guess my mom, like you just said, because unless I put it in a will or whatever, however that
mm,
works, I'm not sure because I haven't done it. I'll pretty much get a will written up and be like, okay, this goes to this person, this goes to that person. But if it's a quick, unexpected death, then it just have to be my mom because I don't
mm.
believe in marriage.
Okay. All right. So now, I kind of I got to be devil's advocate a little bit, right? You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I'm not judging you off of, however you may feel. And I hope nobody does, but of course they are.
Of course.
Whoever may see this, of course they are. But I got an old head partner, right? He was with this woman like 14, 15 years or whatever. She wanted to get married. And I guess as most women do, from my, to my knowledge, they give you an ultimatum after a while. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, either we're gonna get married or this it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Nobody wants to be your cut buddy and your baby mama for umpteen years. Right? You know what I'm saying? So they get that ultimatum, we're gonna get married or this over with, right?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to let this woman who's been with you for umpteen years walk out of your life with your children because you don't want to get married?
I will. I'm gonna tell you why. If she gives me an ultimatum and be like, if you don't marry me, I'm gonna leave you because this is not what I want. I want to get married one day. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, I will let that woman walk away, because if it takes for me to marry you, for you to stay with me after so many years, then I feel like that relationship we shouldn't even be together. Like it's not real if you decide to walk away over a ring, a dress, and some signed papers. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Sit a ring and some signed papers.
Yeah, ring, dress, and signed papers. You only gonna wear that dress once. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna talk about the ring. People gonna want to see the ring. You know what I'm saying? They gonna judge the marriage or judge me off of how good the ring look, how big it is. We're gonna sign some paperwork saying we belong to each other, or whatever. I don't know. 'Cause I haven't been married before. Don't plan on it. And yeah, if she want to leave, she can leave, and that'll just show me what it really was. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at that.
All right. Now, I'm gonna ask you this question, right? And I'm pretty sure a lot of women would probably ask you the same thing, right? And I don't know, I can't sugarcoat it, so I gotta give it to you cut and dry.
Oh yeah.
How is a woman good enough for you to go lay down with her, have kids with her, but you don't think she's good enough to become your wife?
Okay, so why would she expect to get married after all of that has been done? So why, if that means so much, then she should get married before she lay down with that man, before she have kids with that man. If it means that much, that should happen that way. Get married, you know what I'm saying, and then you lay down, and you have your kids, and build your future and your family that way. But if you've already had kids and done what you've done, and you expect marriage after that, I don't see the sense in that. I just don't.
But hold on. You do realize you have to, most guys, if you're careful, and unless you just out here living recklessly, shooting clubs up, whatever. You have to have some type of trust for a woman to get her pregnant. You have to trust that she's gonna be a good mother, take care of your kids when you're not around. Even if you leave this earth, you still have to have trust in her that she's still gonna make sure that they good, over herself, right?
Yeah.
So that says in itself that you trust her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think is gonna go wrong? Like if you sign some papers and buy a ring and a dress, as you say, you know what I mean?
So, like you just said, I trust her with my kids. I know she'll take care of the kids. I know she'll do everything she should do, and she'll do it right. And she's not going to do anything to harm the kids or put them in bad positions. So, what would change if I married her? If I married her, how would that change that situation?
Well, some people say that the feelings change. Like their feelings. You ever heard somebody say, "Oh, after you get married, the sex is better"? You ever heard somebody say that?
I've heard someone say that, and I've also heard after you get married, it stops. You know what I'm saying? You don't get it as much as you used to. So I don't know. I I won't ever know because I don't want to get married. I doubt I will. So
Okay.
I don't. I guess I can say that maybe the relationship, the bond feels a little bit better. Maybe because you had that moment, and maybe I feel some kind of way about each other after that.
Hmm.
But I just believe it'll be the exact same as it was the day before you got married, or the week before, the month before.
Okay.
That's how I feel about that.
So have you told your daddy how you feel about getting married?
No, I haven't. We haven't talked
Mm,
about it.
mm,
So I mean, I don't know. My mom and my dad never married,
right.
and he's only been married once, and that ended up in a divorce.
Hmm.
So
You
I
mean
don't
well,
think. Hmm?
you mean like he got married, got divorced, and then got remarried, and he's still married?
No, he's only been married once. So he married
Hmm.
and then got divorced, and they're not together anymore, and he has not married since. So he's
Mm,
only had one marriage, and
okay.
so me having that conversation with him, I feel like it wouldn't be um, a good conversation. Like it wouldn't benefit. It wouldn't sway me into marrying anyone. Now my
All right.
grandfather, on the other hand, that's a different story. I feel
All
like
right.
he's gonna try and convince me, hey, if you're gonna be with this woman, then y'all should get married. Because he said it on the phone once before. So that's gonna have to be a conversation we're gonna have to have in the future
Mm,
with him. So
okay. So you don't think your daddy could give you some insight about just being married? The benefit,
I
the
guess
the ups and the downs, and you know.
I guess he could because he's been married before, so he'll be able to tell me, I'm saying, the good and the bad, if it's worth it or not, or if he enjoyed it, or if it was just a bad experience for him. He better tell me what he got from his marriage, and then I can just kind of listen to
Yeah,
him and try to figure out if it'll be
be for
something
you
that
or
I
not.
need to do. Yeah,
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this then: are you against marriage because you always want to have that open door to where you can leave and not have to worry about paying for a divorce or splitting assets?
absolutely not. Now, the reason I say that is because when you're not married, you can leave any time, and of course, it's going to be cheaper because you don't have to split any of those things. But if I did get married, I wouldn't be worried about it because if we split up, she'll get, so I guess, half of the assets. Um, I don't know what else because I haven't been married. I don't know the laws or anything like that. But I wouldn't be worried about it because all those materialistic things I can get back. I
Mm,
don't. I don't care for materialistic things, to put it that way. So that wouldn't even be an issue if I were to get married. I would leave her the house because she has my kids.
hmm.
Leave her house. I would do whatever I need to do to support her and the kids.
Right,
So
right. Okay.
that's not something I'm worried about.
Right. And it's sure because you don't want to ever have to pay for a divorce and you can just up and leave, pack your stuff up, say, you know what? I'm out.
I
This is
mean,
it.
you can do that anyway, but you just have to
Uh,
pay a little. You have to pay some money if you get married and you decide to leave. So
right, right. I get you.
money, money will come back to you. It don't matter to me.
All right, I got you. I understand, man. So now, so like your old lady, right? You have feelings for her, right? Without a doubt.
Yeah,
So she came to you and she in tears, and she just say, because I mean, basically, right now you're pretty much in a stagnant relationship. You are aware of that, right?
kind of. Yeah.
No, no. I mean,
So
it's
so
really no kind of.
so you saying that just because I don't plan to marry her, we can
Mm.
never grow together as a couple?
I mean, personally, yeah, you can always grow personally, but the relationship is not going any further than you guys being boyfriend and girlfriend. You're in a stagnant relationship. You know what I mean? This is it. You guys are pretty much cut buddies.
So if we get married, then we'll be in a stagnant relationship again. Even though it's you can't go no further than that. Once again, you're still in one spot and you can't go beyond that. So what's the difference between being what we are now and after we get married?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Okay,
being that.
that's a valid point. That's a valid point. I give you that one. I hate to say it, but I give you that one. So basically, you're saying once you get married, pretty much after a little while of being married, then you're gonna be stuck in a stagnant marriage, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
But that's a good point. It's kind of hard to find a comeback for that, but that's a pretty good point. But this is the thing, though. You can still have something to work toward because a lot of people, right, they don't want to build or grow with you or make any changes that they may need to make as the girlfriend or as the boyfriend, you know? But now, if you two guys are in a as they call lifetime partnership, now it's worth it. You know what I mean? Kind of like, if your old lady had something that she didn't like about you and she wants you to do differently, you wouldn't do it if you wasn't married to her. You'd be like,
Okay.
no. You'd probably be like, no, I'm not. Why would I do that? But now, if that's your partner and you can see yourself being with her for the rest of your life, it might be worth it. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean because
You don't, or you
if
disagree?
I disagree,
All right,
but
cool.
I disagree
All right.
because if there was something that she wanted me to change about myself, I don't have to be married and I can do it with us just being together as we are. And marriage won't have any effect on that. And the only way I can change is if I wanted to. I can't change because she wanted me to. I can probably do things different, but that's only going to be me forcing myself to do so to make her happy. And then I could just go right back to how it was at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It'll just go away. And so, man, I feel like marriage has nothing to do with how a person changes for their loved one, the one that their significant other. You know what I'm saying? So that's all within that one person who needs to change for the other one.
Well, hold on. I thought both should change. You don't think so?
You said both should change.
Yeah. You said that one person. I mean, I
I mean,
think I think both people should do a little bit, right?
what you mean? Because like the example you used was if she wanted me to change.
Right. Or you want, or if there was something that you wanted her to change, she's not gonna just be. She's probably not gonna see it as your
But how?
girlfriend.
But how would marriage play a part in that? Because you're married, that person should change for them.
If if there is something that the other person wants changed in a marriage, either you're gonna change it or you're gonna end up getting a divorce at some point, right?
I guess so. I wouldn't know because I've never been married,
I know,
but
man. You done said that. You done
but
said
yeah.
that up to you times, man. But
But yeah,
yeah.
it's just like in a relationship without the marriage. There's pretty much every relationship is not perfect. So each person wants. There's some things that each person don't like about the other one. It could be simple. It could be something big. And if that doesn't change, it can carry over into the marriage. But why get married if you know that there's something about that person that you don't like, and that could maybe end that relationship sometime in the future if it doesn't change.
Okay.
Marriage can't make a person change. You know what I'm saying? Only because of the divorce. Like you don't want to get divorced, so you force yourself to change. I don't. I don't know. I feel like
Okay.
marriage don't play a part in that.
So let me ask you this, right? You know what I mean? And we're gonna bring this to a close, all right? What could change your mind about getting married?
Mm.
Do you need some foot rubs? You know what I'm saying? You need her to get the toe jam out from in between your toes, rub your back once a week, once a month.
No. That's called personal hygiene and taking care of your body.
Man,
I don't have to have.
you can't rub your back.
I'm saying taking care of your body. That's that part.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm saying you don't need no back rub.
uh,
That's not something you need. You know what I'm saying?
uh,
Uh, I don't think there's anything that can change my mind and make me want to get married. It's just something I don't believe in. I believe marriage is more of a business. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who gains the profit from that. It's a business like an industry. I don't get the ring, the dress, the ceremony. It's like a big industry. Yeah, pretty much like everything else in this world. Just an industry of business. Um, I don't think there's anything that can change my mind.
okay. But if you could name one thing that could change your mind, one thing that may change your mind, what would that one thing be?
I don't have a one thing. I can't say.
All right, hypothetically, if you could name one thing that would change your mind, what would that one thing be?
I can name one thing. There's nothing that would change my mind. If I were to give an answer like that, I'd probably say something along the lines of my kids wanted me to get married, or
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, like you said earlier, the ultimatum. Hey, either we get married or I'm gonna leave. I'm saying she's probably said she wants marriage one day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. I mean, it's I just can't do it.
Oh, you can't go sign a piece of paper you don't care nothing about. Buy a dress that you not gonna wear. Um, get a ring that you gonna pay for, whatever. You can't just do that for her happiness.
I can, but I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Just I feel like women get married for the wrong reasons these days. Like me and my lady now, we've split up a couple times. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
how could I marry anyone that I've had problems with in the past? I know you're supposed to grow and build and, you know what I'm saying, be better with each other over time, but it's always that something, that doubt in your head saying, hey, we've done this before, it can happen again. So like you said earlier, if I didn't change something that she didn't like, or if she didn't change something that I didn't like about her,
Mm-hmm.
you pretty much got married for nothing because you ended up in a divorce if it's that big of a problem. So
But I'll say this though. What are you, 26, 27?
26.
Okay. So I'll say this. Growth comes at different times for people, right?
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that you're not mature for your age, nothing like that. But the way you feel at 25, you may feel differently at 30. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Or just like really, you'll feel different between 29 and 30, honestly. Once you get to 35, you're going to feel differently from 30. So, you might at some point just be like, you know what? I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I want to try this out at least one time in my life. You know what I mean? Because I kind of hate to say it, but it kind of gives you a feeling like that person is yours. You know what I mean? Like they belong to me. You know what I mean? It,
Don't I could. How can it? Okay, you said it makes you feel like.
it kind of does. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It,
Yeah,
it
I mean, at any time, either partner could just up and leave. I'm saying go through the process of a divorce. So I don't.
yeah, but they could. But they have cool down periods, all that. Like you can't just get up one day and go file for divorce and the next week you're divorced. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
give you the little cool down period, all that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody suggests counseling, whatever. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's not that easy for most people. But some you can be out of it in a month or two, maybe, or maybe even a couple weeks, depending on the circumstances. I'm not sure, but yeah. I mean, just something to think about, man. I just feel like everybody should do at least once in their life. When I was younger, like when I was like 25, I was like, man, I used to say I wasn't gonna get married until I was like mid 30s. And I was like, if it don't work, that's it. I'm not gonna do it no more. That was my theory on it. Of course, I got
Gotcha.
married. I got married at like 25. You know what I'm saying?
So why would you say that you won't get married until your mid-30s? Like, what determined that?
Because I wanted to live my life. And, if somebody didn't want to be around, because how pretty much I wanted to have it my way. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. If somebody disagreed with it, all right, cool. Shoot the deuces. You know what I mean? And whoever I was with when I got to my mid-30s, I done did all the hoeing I wanted to do, whatever the case may be. Whoever I'm with in my mid-30s, initially, this was my thought. If
Yeah,
we rocking out together, all right, that's gonna be that person I'm marrying, maybe grow old with, sit on the porch, watch the grass grow, all that. You know what I mean? That was the
yeah.
plan. But then you get in a relationship, you be with a person for so long, you realize that's kind of not realistic anymore. It can be, but that would be you being very selfish.
Hmm.
It would.
Yeah,
Because
I can see that. Yeah.
notice just like I was saying, I wanted to do everything. I wanted to do everything my way and have my way. And if you don't like it, you know what I'm saying? All right,
I,
we'll holler at you.
I think it should be that way though. So if a man, like you said, wants to do it his way, and the woman is not with that, then I feel like they shouldn't be together. The same way with a woman. If a woman wants to do things she does her way, and he don't like it, then they shouldn't be together. So they both people should do things they want to do their way, and be together, get married. No, no one person should have to say, okay, I'm not going to do what I want to do anymore. I'm going to do what he want to do, or I'm going to do what she want to do, just so I can be with him, and I'm gonna marry. I don't think it should be that way. I think both people should do what they want to do, and if they want to get married, and they have that understanding. Hey, I'm going to do what I want to do, and you can do what you want to do. But I'm not saying in all situations or all uh, sections of the marriage, but what I'm saying, just like everyday life, just do what you want to do, and we can still be married. No person should have to give up certain things just to marry someone, because that person can go right back to it 5, 10, 15 years down the road, and then they can end in a divorce.
All right, I kind of feel what you're
Uh,
saying, right?
yeah, a little bit, huh?
But a little bit, but I think I don't think it's realistic in a partnership. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'll
Because
be hard. It'll be tough.
yeah, you know what I mean? Because it's just like everybody's been with somebody, and it's like, okay, if you want to do this, you want to do that, I'm gonna do my own thing. And people go their separate ways. You know what I mean? I think we've all probably had somebody in our life that was like that, whether it was just a cut buddy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
okay, if you want to do this, all right, cool, do it. I'm gonna go do me. You know what I mean? And it's like you end up going your separate ways. I don't really feel like realistically the woman can do her, the man does him, and you both be happy. You know what I mean? Unless it's like benefiting you financially, y'all busting down the bills, whatever the case may be. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't care what she do, because I'm gonna do me. As long as she pay her half for the bills, we cool. That's really the only way I see it. Kind of
Um,
being realistic.
yeah. I mean, if like I said, but if somebody's not doing what they feel like they want to do, then that's probably not going to last. So, as
Mhm.
far as money, they got to come to an understanding of how that's going to work out. They have to have that before they get married. You can't get married and then try to figure all that out. You got to have that plan written up before you get married. And as far as like doing what you want to do, as far as having sex with people, like nah, you gotta have an understanding about that too. Either y'all gonna mess with only each other, you know what I'm saying? Cause I guess that's a big part of that. That's of doing what you want to do. You gotta have an understanding before you get married, and then maybe that'll work out. But
See,
I don't
now
know.
that's where it gets unrealistic again. You know
How?
what I mean? Because it's like, all right, let's just say you with a woman, or anybody's, a man is with a woman, right?
Mhm.
How can you tell that woman it's only me? Like, you only gonna lay down with me? Who are you to say that?
I mean, that's what would happen if you're married, right?
Well, I mean, it would. Hopefully, it would be expected if you're married. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
shouldn't have to say that. you
That's
know?
what, that's what I'm, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, if you're not married, then you can't say that because you don't belong to each other.
Oh, okay,
But,
okay. I thought you
but
were
if
saying like if you're not married to this person and you tell him only me.
oh no, you can't do that. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
That's not your woman or that's not your man because you know what I'm saying
Right.
legally you're not married, so y'all don't belong to each other. But I'm just saying, like if you get married, that should be the way it is. But other than the financial situation and y'all being with each other in the bed, like other than that, y'all should be able to do what y'all want to do. That way both of y'all are happy, y'all are making yourselves happy, and you don't have
Right.
to depend on the other person to make you happy.
Hold on, Emma, hold on.
So
What'd you say? Did you say you were 26? Right.
yeah.
All right. So I'm hoping this changes by 30. I'm just gonna be. I'm just go ahead and be real with you, man. I hope this changes by 30. Right.
Why? Why?
Oh, it's just it's kind of unbelievable, right?
No.
Well, not for you because you never been married. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
And
saying?
pretty much every marriage I see ends in a divorce. Or the people that stay married after they've had problems, one or both people are not truly happy. They're
Mhm,
just sticking it out. So
mhm,
I can't say I've actually seen a good marriage. I know every marriage is going to have ups and downs, but
mhm.
I haven't just seen a marriage where it's just nice, wholesome. Both people are truly happy. I haven't seen it.
And so did that factor into your decision?
It did a little, but not much. But it factored in. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you can't think of anything that'll make you change your mind besides Jesus.
So that's a whole other topic there. But no, I can't. I can't think of anything that'll change my mind at all.
Okay. All right. So I don't know what we're gonna do, man. You just all right. Now what about this? So what if your old lady give you that ultimatum, right? And she walk out your life with your kids, suitcase in hand, toy dragging from the ground. She hop in that car. You watch the back of that car pull away. You see how I'm trying to paint this picture?
I see. Yeah.
Did I do a high job?
You did I. You could
All
put
right.
a couple more details in there, but you did
All
I.
right.
Yeah,
Well,
I see it.
All right. So let's just say she leave with the kids, right?
Hmm.
And you okay with this because you don't want to get married, right?
Yeah.
But then every woman that you meet in the future that you get in a relationship with, they keep leaving you because you don't
Hmm.
want to get married.
Yeah.
Then what do? You just be in, as my good friend Margaret would call it, you would just be in situationships for the rest of your life.
I guess so. They either be lonely or be in situationships. And I guess if that's what every woman wants,
Mm-hmm.
eventually to get married, then there's only a certain point that that situationship would go to. And I would let the woman know, hey, this is something I don't believe in, and I probably would never get married. So let them know
Okay.
from the jump. That way they will have an understanding.
All right. Now, what if you get with another woman and you have kids by her, right?
Hmm.
And then she leaves and she has your kids. Now you have multiple kids in multiple households and you still don't want to get married. Like you wouldn't think that's enough. You wouldn't want to make a change to your lifestyle at that point.
No, because, but for one, I'm just put out there, I don't plan on having any other kids other than what I have now. but anything can happen, of course. But if I do have kids in the future by another woman, that wouldn't make me want to get married because I would still have kids in different households. So if I married the one I had the kids by recently, I would have kids in my home, and then I would have kids in another home with the other woman that were real before. So it still wouldn't want to make me get married to anyone in that situation.
Well, I'll say this, and all right, we gotta bring it to a close. But I'll say this though: there are good sides to a marriage. I think a marriage adds balance to you. I'm pretty sure you've heard a guy say it slows you down and calms you down, right?
Yeah,
Which is which is what it should do. You know what I mean? Because I've told my old lady before, like if you wouldn't have came into my life, there's no telling where I would have been, how I would have ended up. Because, I used to be a lot more ignorant than I am now. You know what I mean? Just like, you got to know me a little bit over the years. I'm pretty calm, laid back, and I'm sensible, you know what I mean? But at one point I was a little ignorant, you know what I mean? A lot ignorant, she used to talk she used to tell me about how I used to like wear house shoes to Walmart, to any store. I wear house shoes around town, whatever. She was like, you don't do that. You know what I mean? I'm like, why not? They house shoes. You know what I mean? They just like flip flops.
Yeah.
But it's like little stuff like that. Of course, they're gonna critique you, but I do think it helps, right? Not to mention, I got a buddy of mine. He was in a relationship, and after he had a breakup, he ended up just out there messing around, catches a STD. And I asked him one day, I'm like, do you think if you would have stayed with the person you was with, that wouldn't happen? And he was like, I don't think it would have. Because now he's just out there living freely, just doing stuff, just doing stuff past time. And now you get caught in a situation to where now you know what I'm saying? You got something else to deal with now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's cool to have somebody to kind of keep you in check, so to speak, without them technically being your boss. You know what I mean? But they just kind of help keep you in check, and they also have your back when nobody else does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And keep in mind, just like I have, I'm sure you have. I'm sure you've shared all your little secrets with your old lady. She probably know everything about you, good, bad, ugly. A lot of stuff your family members don't know. And your family members been knowing you 26 years, a lot of them. Or 20 years, 24, your first cousin, whatever. They've been knowing you over 20 years, and they don't know what she know. So it's like, why not? You know what I mean? It's like, why not?
I don't know. That doesn't determine whether I should marry you or not. You know what I'm saying? Just because she know that, or just because, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, that woman's gonna have my back. I mean, if she really loved me and cared for me, she's have my back, regardless if we're married or not. So
I get that, but but at the same time though, how can you expect somebody to go all out? Because I'm kind of a firm believer, and you don't give everything to your boyfriend. You give everything to your husband. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense to you, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, it makes sense.
Because it's like if you get all the benefits from this woman as your girlfriend, you don't have any incentive to get married because everything's going to be the same, which can be a good thing. But, once you get married, now you can do a little more, in my opinion.
Now about that, I don't see. Now I've heard this before. The girlfriend's not gonna give as much as she would if she was a wife. So why would I have to marry a woman just for her to give me her all?
All right, check this
I
out,
don't.
right? All right, let's do this, right? Let's try this out before we get up out of it. All right, close your eyes for me, right? Just come on, man. Man, just go
I
with
got you. I got
Okay. All right. Somebody to have your back, no matter what, thick and thin, right? That's something that every man wants, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody you can tell and talk to about anything, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
something that a man wants, right? One that can look at you and tell if you're sick, if you need a back rub, if you need some food, if you're tired, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then just picture that person's face, right? And
Yeah.
then just think about, whoa, hold on now, Dave, don't cheat me now.
I thought we was done. My bad. Go ahead.
No. And then just think about what you could do on your end to put the biggest smile on that person's face. Would that not make you feel better on the inside? All right, you can open now. You can open now.
So me marrying her, would that make me feel better on the inside?
That wouldn't make you feel better making her have the best day of her life?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like I said before, that's probably be the only reason why I would do it. Or one, you know what I'm saying? Because it's to make her happy. That's what marriage is for, to make the woman happy. That's
But that's what we all do. We all do everything that we do mainly is for women.
so we have to marry them to make them happy, and then in return, they make us happy afterwards because they have gotten marriage. As you said, like incentives. So after we marry them, that's when they give us their all and they treat us like they're our wives and we're their husbands. But I don't see the difference. It shouldn't be the difference between boyfriend, girlfriend to a wife and husband. But I don't think that you should have to marry someone for them to treat you better or give them your all. You should want to marry a woman or a man because of what he is before you marry him. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but yeah.
Well, I get it, but a lot of women get with guys for their potential, not for who they are at the moment. If you
See,
ask me, most women get with guys based off of their potential versus who they are.
that's true. So now, what if a woman get with a guy because of the potential that they see in that man, and they get married, and he has everything he wants, but the woman still sees more in him, that he can still achieve more and still be more successful, and he pretty much just gives up, not give up, but he's content with what he has, and that's not what she visioned. That's not what she's seen. He has everything he wants, and so he kind of just chill out and just keep what he has. And the woman is not satisfied because he didn't reach the potential that she's seen in him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that could be a problem too. I don't know.
I don't know, man. We're gonna have to save it for another episode, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
hey, we'll have to get you back on. We'll talk a little more because she gonna see this, right?
I know she don't see it. I'm about to hear about it when I get home.
Yeah. So yeah, but until next time, we're gonna catch you later, man. We gotta get up out of here, man.
Right now.
All right, man. Thanks for coming, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right, man.